somewhat beyond LA, but some people that are from LA but playing elsewhere. A big name that was in UCLA basketball for a while that now is playing for the Miami Heat and playing well. Jaime Jaquez is really taking the league by storm. He is one of the leaders of the Rookie of the Year race. Probably not going to win it, of course, because of Wemby, who just scored a double tonight, and Chet, who are doing well. But he's third in the race at the moment and continuing to show that he is now a key piece of this new Miami Heat roster. He did it again. They always find a guy. Jaime Jaquez, UCLA's finest, is now that guy this year and is doing his thing. And the point I wanted to make, you see the question here, he stayed at UCLA for 4 years and then went to the NBA and he's playing well now. Should more guys follow Jaime's path and stay longer in college before going to the pros?
Yeah, shout out to Jaime. Definitely, we've given him some love a little bit on this pod as that UCLA guy. As you mentioned, if those two aliens didn't exist in Chet and Wemby, like he would be the Rookie of the Year. But just unfortunate you fell on that year with those guys. But yeah, he's been. I mean, pound for pound, you can argue that he's been the most impactful too. Chet's been great, but you can argue in terms of him playing 30 minutes a night and being in there for guys who are major contributors like Jimmy Butler, and them still being able to get big wins without some of their top guys because of how impactful Jaime has been. He clearly came in with that 4 years of experience from UCLA as a truly polished player. The footwork is great. The feel for the game is great. He knows how to make the right play. He's good defensively. He's got like deceptive speed because he's not necessarily super quick, but he knows how to get to his spot. So
deceptive speed, I mean, you know what that means, but whatever. Go ahead.
Not really. I mean, he's Latino. He's not white, so it's not the same thing. But we know. But yeah, I mean, I think college and development, like we talked about Bronny a little bit in our last episode, I think it is huge for some guys, especially the guys that don't have that 5-star talent, don't have that athleticism that just jumps off the screen and can kind of ride off the athleticism a little bit more than other guys. It's definitely beneficial to have those years of experience under your belt, especially if you're playing under a great coach like Cronin was at UCLA, who can truly help you develop throughout the course of those years. I won't say that everyone needs 4 years, but it definitely can benefit you if you are maybe not one of those high profile guys coming out of high school.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's a different path for every guy. I mean, we've seen the G League Ignite guys. We've seen LaMelo go to Lithuania and all that. It's about following the path that makes the most sense for you. But you shouldn't, I guess, scoff at staying extra years when it can really benefit your development if you're in the right program.
Of course, it's a nuanced conversation because you can add in that guys sometimes leave early because of financial reasons and all that kind of stuff. But the new era of NIL and all of that, where hopefully guys can get paid while in college and benefit off of that and not have to be in such a rush to go pro. That should help with it. We're just talking about basketball for what it is. I think Jaime is continuing to, as we'll say, reblaze, as I kind of said before the show, reblaze a new path. As guys have stayed, obviously, in college for a while before in the past. We're now in the era of one and done and all of that, and the G League Ignite and all kind of stuff. People are kind of speeding past it, but we see, as you pointed out, that it is very beneficial, and guys should continue to do that if they can. If you're not a Wemby, where you're not some 7'5" freak coming out of France or whatever it is, or even a Chet who would show that he would be a top tier guy early on when he was at Gonzaga. I think you should take your time to get to the league, and it could benefit you as you can find your footing and can come in confidently and be ready to roll. While then some of these young guys, well, they may have all the talent, haven't quite put it together yet, and are still struggling to do so, as we see some of these guys doing right now. So I'm sure that there's a few guys, even in this draft this last year, who were younger guys who had all the upside, and we may see down the line blossom, but none of them have quite, minus the 2 stars, of course, none of the other rest have quite claimed clear roles like Jaime has for Miami. So I think he's continuing to again reblaze a great trail, and I'm excited to see how things continue to go with him. Is it possible that he actually becomes the next face of the Miami Heat?
I don't know that he has like superstar potential, but like I think he can be a guy that's like, I think he fits their culture perfectly.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the Heat, you don't necessarily need to be a superstar. We've seen guys over there.
This is true. This is true.
Guys
Yeah.
like Udonis Haslam, who was there forever and was one of the faces of the squad, but never really was superstar level. Or other guys who were just synonymous with the Heat for a long time.
Sure.
He could be a face of the Heat for a long time without ever actually being 1A on that roster. So yeah, I really think he could be that. And then real quick, they already kind of positioning to do so. They got in the commercials with
I laughed when I saw that the first time. Yeah,
got to look and all of that. So if he can put that together, I'm sure he'll be embraced by Miami even more. And I could say he could somewhat be in line for. He's in a great spot in Miami there, and excited to see him continue to make the most of it.
Tyler Hero thought he had that lined up, but he's more of he fits the Miami culture, but not necessarily the Heat culture.
Sure.
Hero, but yeah, I mean, I could see that. I was thinking more along the lines of guys like Jimmy Butler or like Dwayne Wade in terms of the face of the team. But I mean, like I was saying, like I think he can be a long tenured Heat player because I think he fits in that culture perfectly of the type of guys Riley and Spoelstra like. And quick point on that as well, Spoelstra, I believe, just got his extension as the head coach too, and making him one of the more lucrative coaching contracts in the league, if not the most in the league.
Correct.
So salute to him.
I think it was 8-year extension for 7 years, something like that. It was something crazy. So well deserved. He's one of the best coaches in the league. Has been arguably the best coach in the league for some time now. And what he seems to do to find guys like Jaime Jaquez, make the most out of them, deserves full praise. So yeah, salute to him. Salute to Jaime. Salute to the Heat, what they're doing. Excited to see how they play well. Do you see the Heat as a real threat this year yet again? Is a sneaky threat in the East, or you think the other top dogs are going to stay ahead of them this time around?
I think they are still a sneaky threat just because I wouldn't view them as like in the top three. I think that's clearly Boston, Milwaukee, and Philly right now. But they kind of are a sneaky threat. They're always a threat to Boston. Like we see that year in, year out. They're always a threat to Boston, no matter how good Boston is. And yeah, I think they've been playing so well even without Jimmy that they have to be viewed as a threat because Jimmy tends to elevate every playoffs like we've seen in the past. So. Yeah, teams have to be still concerned about them come playoff time.
For sure. So we'll see how that plays out. Excited to see how it goes. Love seeing like upset squads and make runs when we don't see it coming. And yeah, again, just salute to Jaime for what he has done to make them the threat that we now view them as. So good stuff on that front. Again, for those tuning into this part of the show, continue to show love to what's on LA Sports Report. Continue to plug them as we go along. And great stuff there. Excited to see you guys in the comments reacting, and we're sure to show love back to you. So